Now, in the board exam question paper, this will come as question number 4. So thereby you understood it is a problem based on file. Class is given, so it's a problem based on binary file. Write the definition for function economic in C++. The declaration of the function is given inside the class and you are asked to define this outside the class. So it is a problem based on binary file and member function, which means this pointer exists. So a word about this pointer. I need to define this outside the class. So how do you define a function outside the class? Return type, after that name of the class, after that scope resolution operator, followed by name of the member function, signature if any, opening and closing curly bracket. Now this is a member function. So from the main function, it can be called only using an object of the class. The name of the object need not be OB1. Here some object will come and memory is allocated for the object like this. So if you want to get this address inside this member function, you can use the keyword this. So let me write it, this. So this pointer contains the address of the object with which a member function is called. So if I call this member function using OB1, your this pointer contains address of OB1000. If I call this member function using object P, then your this pointer contains address of P, whatever is address of P that will come. So this pointer contains the address of the object with which a member function is called. Now read the question. Write a definition for function economic in C++ to read each record of a binary file items.dat. Find and display those items whose cost is less than 2500. So from this binary file you need to read each record one by one. Now display those records where the cost is less than 2500. So that is what is to be done. So please understand the question. From this binary file you need to read each record and display those records where the cost is less than 2500. So for a better example, for a better understanding, an example taken, there is a binary file items.dat. Several objects are there. This is object 1. How can you take this example? Give example values for item ID, name of the gift and the cost. So here the item ID is 10, the name of the gift is doll and the cost is 500. So this is one record. Like this, let me take two more records. And we want to display those records whose cost is less than 2500. So record number 1 and 3 must be displayed as per this example. Now in order to do that, the method is this file must be opened for reading purpose. After that, use the read function. You read one record or block of data and store at address this. So here the first record comes. After that, if the cost is less than 2500, OB1 should be displayed. Now along with the read function, while loop is there, which means after reading the first record, automatically the second record comes at address this. So now the second record comes. If the cost is less than 2500, OB1 must be displayed. Associated with the read function, while loop is there. So records are read one by one. Now the third record comes at address this. So here the third record comes. in a similar way, if the cost is less than 2500, OB1 should be displayed. And once the use is over, don't keep the file in the computer's memory. You need to close the file ifs.close. So these are the steps to be executed. Now step 1 is not required in this problem because this invisible object is there and this pointer contains the address. So for member function, step 1 not required. Now step 2, as I told you, open the file for reading purpose. Here writing is not there. So I need to open the file for reading purpose. If stream ifs.open, two arguments, argument 1 name of the file in double quotes, argument 2 file modes. In means input reading, binary means binary file, and multiple file modes are separated using pipe operator. So when these steps are executed, the file is opened for reading purpose. Now step 3, read function and while loop. So use the read function, you read one record and store at address this. I am going to do that, read function like this. Now read is a public member function of the ifstream class. So ifs.read. Two arguments are there, comma. Argument 1, the address of the object where you plan to save each and every record. So I plan to save it here. The address is there in this. Now address must be passed as a string. So typecasting, character star. Second argument, the size of this object. So you can use size of followed by class name, because the size of the class and the size of its object, they are the same. Now ifs.read will read only one record. If you want to read all the records one by one, repeat this. How do you repeat? While loop. Now the fourth one, condition checking. That is, if the cost is less than 2500, it must be displayed. So condition, if the cost is less than 2500. Here no need to write ob1.cost, and the reason is inside a member function programmer will write only name of the data member. Compiler automatically takes this as the name of the object with which the member function was called .cost. So being a member function, you just need to write the name of the data member, just cost. Compiler automatically takes this as ob1.cost. So if ob1.cost, that is if the cost is less than 2500, what is step 5? Display or count or write. Here we don't need to count or write, we need to display ob1. And how can you display ob1? There is a function by the name C that displays all the data members, so you can call that. Again, no need to write ob1.c. Same reason, that is inside a member function, programmer should write only name of the member. Compiler automatically takes this as the name of the object with which the member function was called .c. So this is automatically taken as ob1.c. So make a note of this one. Inside a member function, we will not write ob1.member name, just member name like this. And the last step, once the use is over, you can close all the files. So ifs.close. So this is what you need to write in the answer paper. And what this function does is all the records where cost is less than 2500 will be displayed in the computer's monitor.